Hello, everyone. GM. Hope you're all having a great day. Do voice off in chat. Nice to see you all here. Today's finally come. We are kicking off the Neo X Grind Hackathon today. Going to send a quick GM message to all of you in chat, just so you know where it is. Do let me know where you're all coming from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And hope you're in for a great hackathon launch. To kick things off, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Yasen. I'm going to be the program manager for the program for this hackathon, and I'm going to be helping you out on your development journeys. For the next 4 weeks, we're going to be great friends, hopefully. If you are so good to be active, do feel free to reach out, say hi, bombard me with all of your questions. Let me know what you're trying to build, what you ideate, and what your vision is for the hackathon, and I'll do it, and I'll set it as my goal to help you to make. Again, if you also want to follow me on X, there's a nice quick QR code for you to quickly follow and stay up to date as we announce a lot of interesting programs and activities that we do on the Encode side. And for those of you that don't know what Encode Club is, we are basically a global community of top developers, professionals, and talented students in emerging tech. What we do is try and do a lot of programs. Hopefully will help you out on your development journeys, help you perfect your skills and create something of great value, hopefully. And there's been a lot of success stories out of Encode Club. And hopefully your work and the things that you end up working on while you participate in our programs will be one of these stories. For those of you that are interested in how you can participate in the majority of our programs, they're pretty much open for everyone to attend. We have a lot of Educate series, which are the perfect way for you to get in touch with new protocols and technologies that you've not been exposed to yet. And then hackathons, such as the one that we'll be kicking off right now, is like a perfect way for you to put your skills to the test or experiment with the technologies that you've just learned about. The best teams of the hackathons usually come and participate in our accelerators, which are one of the best programs for you to perfect the programs and perfect the project that you've been working on and hopefully convert them into startups. Additionally, we do a lot of boot camps. Boot camps are one of the places where you get to meet a lot of like-minded people that are at the beginning of their journeys, people that have already a lot of experience within the Web3 space, people that are trying to become better and that are enrolling in some of our programs on all kinds of different languages just to become better. Our community is now growing to almost 500,000, and we are composed of all kinds of developers from both Web3 and Web3 alike. For this specific occasion, we are finally kicking off the Neo X Grind Hackathon. You've heard about it. We've pushed a lot of promotion through our X accounts, all over Discord and NX again. And finally, we are kicking things off. It's going to be a 4-week hackathon that's going to be centered around building innovative solutions using new smart contracts, decentralized storage, and oracles just to create the next generation of digital assets and hopefully services for the smart economy. It's going to be 4 weeks, full of 2 weeks firstly with workshops, and then moving on to the hackathon section, to the hacking section, which is going to be the second 2 weeks of the hackathon. But more on that in a bit. I would now like to introduce you to my colleague Eomji, who is our head of research and operations, to share a few words from our side and all of you that came in today. Hello, Eomji.
Hello. Hey, Yasin. Hey, everyone. Very excited to see all of you. So first, yes, welcome to amazing Neo X Grind Hackathon. This is going to be an amazing opportunity to work with talented fellows and building something very fun together. So over the course of next few weeks, you will have opportunity to learn new things, new technology, and getting excited with new workshops and meet new people, collaborate with other hackers to build something fun together. For those who has been around Neo ecosystem, this is going to be focused on your side chain like NeoX, so they're going to have a very interesting EVM experience for those EVM hackers coming along. This is going to be sharing seamless experience so that you can use all your tech stacks while try to unlock a new potential of the Neo and building interesting apps around. Of course, especially those who has been in boot camps and hackathons multiple times seeing me, you know what I'm going to say. So that don't be afraid of step outside of your comfort zone and something, build something even like wild and try to submit. As a lot of hackers often struggles to finish the project as you think this is not good enough, and you're just gonna perhaps like finishing your project the other hackathon. But again, every milestone you're achieving and submitting your project, growing things, that all have special meaning. And this is a great chance to share your skills and get feedback from amazing mentors as well. How to say, like in the hackathon, of course, all of you are perhaps expecting winning some bounties and getting prize like after, or but remember the knowledge and skills and all the experience of going through different product cycle is most important learning from this hackathon. So please, if you are having any questions or like struggles along the way, please don't hesitate to contact us. Yasin here and or Inka team gonna be here ready for helping you technical questions, or even if you're struggling ideation, or there's some questions that what you can do. Even afterwards, there are going to be a lot of different support are prepared. Please embrace the opportunity. You will meet your future co-founder in this hackathon, or who knows, maybe this is going to be a new opportunity to get a job. You may work at Neo team directly, or going to meet like amazing partners who will become colleagues in the future. So let's make the most of this opportunity and having fun. Please stay tuned. And also one quick thing, I and our co-founder is going to be at token event. So if you're on token in Singapore, please reach out to us so that we can see in person as well. So everyone, welcome again. I'm very excited to see your project. Good luck.
Thank you, Eomji. Thank you, Eomji. Some nice words, and again, really inspirational. Again, it's all about the prizes. Who knows, you might be meeting your co-founder here and off to some great adventures. Now, I'd like to introduce Gil on stage from MaxLab, who's going to share a bit more and welcome you all through the hackathon. Gil, you should be seeing an invite on your end.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
All good. Yeah. Thanks for introduction, Yasen. Thanks for the nice words also for you both. Yeah, my name is Gil. I am a CEO and builder at AxLabs. You can also follow on X for more exciting technical things in the blockchain space at GS Machado, as you can see on the screen. And yeah, it's super exciting to be here today, like presenting and giving this opening. It's a rainy day here in Zurich, Switzerland, but I hope that I stay warm here and like just giving all my excitement for this hackathon. Cool. So let me share here some things that I prepared. Let me go here and share my full screen. Share screen. There we go. I hope that you guys can see it. Cool. Yeah, I was just gonna give introduction about Neo and NeoX specifically because this hackathon is all about NeoX. As I said before, I'm a CEO and a builder at AxLabs, but I'm a council member of the Neo chain as a whole, and I particularly very much involved on NeoX sidechain building and being part of the technical committee of the sidechain. I'm one of the members that make all the decisions on what are the features, what are the things that are going to be rolled out in NeoX, including also the bridge, because I'll be talking about the bridge in a moment. But so I just have like the title here, embarking on a new chapter. But before just reaching to the point, I would just want to say, what is Neo? So Neo, I think like all of you heard about Neo one way or the other, because we are here since 2014. We are L1 protocol, and we realize smart economy, having smart contracts to power financial assets, to power all this like new economy. in this all this creator side of things. And we are a global community. We have people from Europe. I'm based in Europe, but like US, South America, like Africa, in Asia, like, and I could name all the countries here, but I'm not going to do this now. But and we have so far the Neo-N3 blockchain, which is a new VM. And I have to highlight here that we were one of the first non-EVM chains in the market, in the blockchain. We were one of the first ones saying, look, Ethereum is here, but we have to create our own virtual machine to innovate on this aspect. And we roll out native oracles, native file storage, multi-language support to when you build your smart contracts. And we were one of the first chains also that had this dual token model, having gas for utility to send transactions and stuff, and then you have Neo for governance. But this was great, and we achieved a lot of innovation. But then what is next? How we can expand our community, how we can expand our horizons. And I think like everyone understands that it's pretty much like people innovate a lot on non-EVM world, like Polkadot, Cardano, Algorand, so like Neo. However, we have to recognize that EVM has a large, vibrant community. The EVM tech is used by many projects, very large, productive apps. It's very established in the market, and with EVM, we have like very easy integration with a lot of other projects, including centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, products, etc. In one way, we had having non-EVM as Neo-N3 was very easy to innovate and very fast. But now with EVM, we are opening to like a new class of, I'm going to say, apps in the community that was not possible before. So we want to get the best of the both worlds and to onboard those as new ecosystem. And that's why we're introducing NeoX as a new EVM compatible sidechain to Neo-N3. And these are some of the features. It will be fully compatible, you're not going to have these problems while deploying smart contracts, which is not compatible with Ethereum in that. We want to keep it compatible. We have like a DBFT consensus, which is one block finality in NeoX as well. We have like a very high throughput. We can send many transactions to NeoX. And of course, we're going to have like a bridge. I'm going to talk in a minute to migrate assets from Neo-N3 and NeoX. And one of the things that I'm going to talk also is the toxic MEV resistance. I'll just mention this in the next slides. So this is a feature that we've been working, and this is a very differentiator in the blockchain ecosystem. And so there are many bots out there which performs sandwich attacks and front running, also even bribery to miners. And with NeoX, we are rolling out a way that we prevent this MEV disadvantage, let's say, for our users. So we will roll out an encrypted mempool going parallel with a regular mempool, and then users will be able to submit transactions to unencrypted transactions to the regular mempool, or they will be able to envelope those transactions, paying a bit more of a fee to the encrypted mempool. And then like the transactions will only be revealed when the validators persist in a block at finality. So this will ensure that nobody will be able to reorder the transactions. The validators will not going to collude with attackers out there that wants to gain advantage in financial terms. And this whole thing that we're building to resist toxic MEV is very good for DeFi protocols and things that that are being built in Ethereum, but right now there is an advantage out there. Cool. Of course, we're not gonna, I just want to highlight here in the slides that no new gas will be minted on NeoX. So everything, the gas will be generated in NeoN3, and then gas will be used in NeoX. So gas is the native token of NeoX. So is the utility token to pay for transactions as it was before in NeoN3. However, we will use also gas token in NeoX for governance. So to vote on validators, and we also will be using this to reward consensus nodes on NeoX. So no new token, it's still being generated only on NeoN3. Yeah, so I think, of course, I just want to mention that for when you have like an ecosystem with two chains, we need a bridge. So we need like something to migrate assets from NeoN3 to NeoX and vice versa. So we already have this bridge in place. You guys can check in our x.neo.org, and you can just get some tokens, gas tokens, and bridge X to experiment things, also in testnet, of course. And yeah, it's working smoothly, it's fully audited, and it's important to highlight here that it's a native bridge. Yeah, as I mentioned before, gas is the governance token, and it powers the DBFT consensus mechanism. And yeah, every time the fees are distributed, the fees of the transactions are distributed among the 7 consensus nodes, and also shared among the voters that elected the consensus node. So if you have gas, you can vote, and then the fees will be split among who voted on them. Going towards the end of my presentation and my introduction, yeah, I just want to welcome all the developers to get on board with us and to embark on this new journey. NeoX is in mainnet. I think you guys probably realize this, is in mainnet for a couple of weeks, is fully audited. There are some dozens of projects already getting on board, and we have an Elevate program, which we're dedicating 20 million of funds to foster the like projects coming to NeoX. So you can scan their QR code to know a bit more. Also, we have a program, ambassador program, which is also pretty interesting. You don't need to be a builder or anything. You can be like a writer, a copywriter, or a marketing person to act and to help us on getting the message of NeoX out there. So yeah, you can join the new pod program, how it's called, by scanning the QR code here. Yes, guys, my message is we have to explore new horizons. I think there is a lot of things that we can do in NeoX. There are some innovation that we will be rolling out to NeoX. For example, this anti-MEV feature that will be very good for DeFi products or real-world assets products. But people's creativity, it's infinite. Like people, we can never narrow down to only DeFi or to only real-world assets kind of projects. So there's a lot of use cases that we would be like to use or to see on NeoX. And yeah, you can join the new community by scanning the QR code, or if you have like any kind of business or inquiries, you can send an email to us. So yeah, finalizing my part, my introduction. Yeah, let's hack together, guys. And yeah, I'll be really keen to see what we're gonna get out from this hackathon. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you, Gil. This was an amazing overview, and it was also great description of everything that's been happening so far and what's up to come. And I've already seen questions from people asking whether they will be able to watch the recording and where to do so. So just to let you all know, yes, everything is being recorded, and we'll make sure the recording is shared with you in the next 24 hours. We'll add it both on our Discord and the Hackerpack. But more on this in a bit, because we are now moving on to one of the most exciting bits, which is about the bounties and prizes. Gil, I leave to you. Maybe you can share a bit more on what people can strive to build for and what they can win along the way.
Absolutely. So we have, for this hackathon, we have a single, let's say a single track, a code grinder, and we have let's say 3 main prizes. The first one, 3,500 in gas. Second one, 2,000 in gas. The third place, it's 1,500 in gas. And of course, we're not gonna say that to have. We cannot commit now if you're gonna have a single project that you have like the first place. Maybe we get a bit of flexible, but this is up to discussion internally. But the good part is that we're gonna have 3 places, which a fixed amount, and then have 10 other prizes, smaller prizes, of course, 300 in gas, that will be invited to a second phase of the hackathon. I think I covered. Anything else to cover that I forgot here, Yasen?
No, I think all good. So overall, again, everyone, you're free to explore all kinds of opportunities to build from. Again, everything that you come up with in terms of social fi, gaming, meme-related infrastructure, DeFi, AI, DeepIn, as well as RWA, so it's like real-world assets, all of these will be amazing for you to engage and build for. Hopefully, this will give you some, again, you realize how big the opportunities are. There's some nice rewards involved, and we're looking forward to see what you all build. And
just one more thing, Yasen, that I forgot. Sorry, interrupting. Yeah, so as I mentioned before, with NeoX, we're willing to, of course, innovate a bit more, but keeping EVM compatibility. And we have in the horizon this anti-MEV feature, which is very important for DeFi. But let me emphasize again the same thing that you emphasized. We have, let's say, other areas of interest like social fi, as you mentioned, or gaming. I came from WebX in Tokyo, Japan last week in a conference, and we've seen a lot of interest in NeoX for building games or meme-related infrastructure as well, as you mentioned. So it's not only about DeFi. I think we're going to have some advantage on building DeFi products, but also dipping or real-world assets, as you said, are really important for a new ecosystem as a whole. I just wanted to emphasize a bit more because people might think, oh, they're rolling out anti-MEV, or they just want to see DeFi products. That's exactly not the case. Thank you.
Yes, that is a great point. This is not what to build. This is just some of the things that all of you can engage with and try to build for. Again, just ideas, give you a bit of direction. But in the end of the day, it's all about your creativity, the things that you want to build, and the things you would like to create in the next 4 weeks. Thank you, Gil, for coming. Thank you for sharing the great overview and showcasing the prizes to everyone. And we will make sure to connect with everyone that's willing to build, have any questions. Thank you. Thank you for coming. We move on then to what are some of the questions that usually we get to receive with our hackathons, things that all of you end up being concerned with and would like to address straight in the beginning. And some of them are who can take part. Again, our programs are open for everyone to attend. You are free to invite colleagues, friends, people that are excited, or people that are willing to get exposed to some new technologies to come along and build with you. In terms of whether you can participate with existing projects, that is always a possibility, but we would like to make it clear that we expect all of you to showcase an improvement, the developments that have been done to your projects for the duration of this hackathon. So we want to see some significant feature improvements. We want to see a proof that you have been working on developing your projects further. In terms of where can you find resources for the hackathon, as the question that we received just now was like, where can we find recording? It's always the the Hacker Pack. The Hacker Pack is the link, the Notion link with email to you. It's going to be populated over time, along with any new information that comes along the way, along with all kinds of details that you need to keep in mind, such as deadlines, such as workshop dates, things that you need to keep in mind to fully take part of this program. One thing that a lot of the participants are interested in is whether they're allowed to participate alone or like the size of teams. We don't really have an upper limit of the size. Usually, if you can feed your team with a pizza, that's the perfect size. But you're also allowed to participate alone. If you want to go the lone wolf way and do everything on your own, that's perfectly fine. But we always suggest finding someone like-minded and coding along with you. To that end, please make sure to follow our Discord and check our Discord, because one, that's where all the organization happen, and two, we have dedicated channels for you to team up with people. So don't be a stranger, and share a bit more about what you plan to do, what are your goals, what are your skill sets, and what are you looking for. And don't be afraid to reach out to others and hopefully make friends along the way. And last but not least, in terms of technical support, something that a lot of people are quite interested in it, and sometimes also overwhelmed with, is like whether there will be any technical support available to them. Yes, there will be. We are in contact with the NeoX team, and if there's anything that we can help out with, please make sure to just post your questions on the Discord, and we'll make sure to connect you with the right people so that you get the right support. Moving on, I would like to showcase some of the workshop dates that right after the launch, which we're having right now. We will do some private office hours, which means those of you that want to stay behind, I'm happy to answer some dedicated questions on and give you a bit of guidance on how to build, what to build, and how to make the most out of the time and all the workshops that we have planned ahead. Next Monday, we will have a dedicated workshop, which is going to be with the graph, which is going to be on quick starting the graph and building custom subgraphs. And we will have a dedicated Supra workshop, which is going to be on the Wednesday. So both of these are going to happen next week. But in the meantime, if you all have any questions, make sure to reach out, and I'm happy to share more. In terms of key dates and deadlines, things that you have to keep in mind, no need to write these down. As I said, all of these are already in the Hacker Pack, so you can always have a look back and see what are the things that you need to stay aware of. It's going to be first one on the list. It's going to be the idea submission deadline, which is going to be on the 22nd of September. The idea submission deadline is roughly the 2-week mark of the hackathon, which is when we want to collect the ideas that you all plan to develop. You are free to work on your projects before that date, but it is at that day where we expect you all to fill out a real quick and short type form, which is going to just give us an idea of what you plan to build, as well as the resources that you might need. And it will help us to give you the support needed to convert that idea and make it a fully fledged project by the end of the hackathon. Speaking about the end of the hackathon, on Sunday, 6th of October, it's going to be the project submission deadline. This is when we will be collecting all of your projects, and hopefully you will then, so hopefully by then, your projects will be completed. Once the projects have been submitted, we will take a short amount of time to fully check for details, things that are missing among the submissions, and make these submissions available to the NeoX team, who will then reevaluate and then pick finalists. These finalists will be communicated back to us, and we will be in touch with you. Those finalists will have dedicated pitch practice sessions, which will prepare them in the period between the Monday, the 14th and 18th of October, and get them ready for the hackathon finale, which is going to be the grand ending of the hackathon, where the best teams will get to showcase their products, and it's going to take place on the 22nd of October. It's going to be a Tuesday. And as always, if there's any changes to any of the dates you've seen here, we will, one, make sure to make an announcement on Discord, and second, make sure that all of these dates are updated within the Hacker Pack so that you all stay up to date. Lastly, in terms of next steps, if you have not joined our Discord, please make sure to do so already. You can assign yourself the NeoX role as a participant in the hackathon, which will reveal all the channels that are made available only for this hackathon, and where you'll be able to communicate with everybody else that's taking part. find teammates. If you still don't have any, as I said, we will have, and we already have dedicated channels for you to just share a few words, introduce yourself, and see who else is looking for a team. Participate in the workshops. Those, again, are not to be ignored. There's going to be a lot of useful information that's going to give you a lot of guidance, ideas, and pointers on how to make the most out of this program, how to build for the bounty, and how to get some of the prizes. Workshops, as I said, going to be happening next week. Monday going to be from the Graph, and on Wednesday from Supra. Submit your project idea, a very key thing to do, because again, even though it's just an idea, even though it's mostly something that might be just in your head and you have nothing to show for, it gives us an idea of who's active, showcases us like who are the people that are building. We are then, even at this point, happy to pair you up with people that are building the same thing. You might not even know, but this gives us an idea, and like we can then, even at this point, help you out on teaming up with somebody else. And also, we will provide you all the technical support needed as we're in constant communication with the NeoX team. So our goal was have your idea project become a project submission and hopefully win a prize by the end. And last but not least, build your project. You don't have to start from the beginning, especially if you're really new. Spend some time on getting acquainted with documentation. Spend some time on watching the workshops. Get to know the community. Get to see who's building what. Get some ideas for yourself, and then get straight into it. Or if you're eager, and if you've already been part of the NeoX ecosystem, nothing's stopping you. So feel free to jump straight into it, start building, and use the full 4 weeks ahead of you to build and submit your project. And that is it. At this point, I would like to say again, thank you to both Eomji and Gil, who came into the launch and shared a few words with you. Thank you all for coming. I hope this launch was an interesting one for you. Thank you for the participation of Eomji and Gil for sharing some nice and interesting words. And see you all around. Thank you for taking part.